Hi there. The international system is changing and changing faster than ever. And great power rivalry is back. Regional conflicts are intensifying and global norms are increasingly contested. In moments like this, one question becomes crucial. How do we actually make sense of the international system? Today, we compare two of the most influential thinkers of the English school, Hedley Bull and Buzan. Both try to explain how order emerged in a world without a global government. But they approach the problem in very different ways. So let's ask, who offers the better framework for understanding the 21st century world? And let's start with Hadley Bull, author of the classic The Anarchical Society. Hedley Bull's central argument is simple but powerful. Even in an anarchic world, states form an international society based on shared norms, rules, and institutions. And Bull believes that order doesn't come from power alone. Order comes from accepted principles that states choose to follow. And he identifies five core institutions that hold the international system together. The first one is sovereignty. States recognize each other's authority. That's the simple explanation. The second one is diplomacy. They communicate through stable channels. The third one, international law. Rules guide behavior. And the fourth one, balance of power. No single actor dominates. And also the fifth one, the regulated use of force. Even war has norms. And for Bull, these institutions prevent the world from descending into chaos. His approach is normative, historical, and state-centric. He focuses on legitimacy, rules, and moral restraints. Hedley Bull explains why states behave cooperatively even when they don't trust each other. And he explains why order persists even without a world government. But his framework has also limits. It says little about deep structural change. And also it underestimates non-state actors and also struggles to explain why certain regions are peaceful while others are violent. And this is where Buzan steps in. And Buzan builds on Bull's ideas, but expands them dramatically. Uh, Buzan argues that the international system operates on three inseparable levels. The first one, the international system, the domain of power politics, like capabilities, interactions, and strategic competition. And the second one, international society, on that account, shared norms and institutions. That is very similar to Bull, but with more analytical depth. And the third one, world society, in which individuals, transnational actors, global norms, identities, and civilizational forces. Hedley Bull focused almost entirely on level two. Buzan unites all three into one integrated model. And that's not all. Buzan also introduces regional security complex theory, which explains why security dynamics cluster geographically, why the Middle East is persistently unstable, why Europe is relatively peaceful, and and also maybe why the Indo-Pacific is the world's strategic hotspot. For Barry Buzan, the international system is not a single global arena. It's a mosaic of interconnected regional systems, layered with global norms, actors, and institutions. Barry Buzan's framework is structural, multi-level, and adaptable to modern geopolitics. He explains why great powers rise and fall, how global norms evolve, or how non-state actors reshape politics, and why global order looks different in different regions. In short, Barry Buzan transforms the English school into a full spectrum theory of world politics. So, how do Bull and Buzan compare? From the perspective of ontological scope, Bull focuses on states, and Buzan focuses on states plus regions plus global actors. Regarding normative foundations, Bull is deeply normative. He explains what holds the system together. When it comes to Barry Buzan, he keeps this, but adds social and structural complexity. Regarding capacity to explain change, Bull is strong on order, weak on transformation. Buzan explains how and why the system evolves, and that is the main difference. And relevance to the 21st century, actually. That is also another perspective. And on that account, Hedley Bull helps us understand the foundations of global order. And on the other account, Barry Buzan helps us understand the complexity of today's global politics. If you want to understand why states mostly follow rules, Hedley Bull is indispensable. On the other account, if you want to understand why the world is changing, then Barry Buzan is essential. The answer depends on the question. If your goal is to understand sovereignty, diplomacy, the legitimacy of institutions, and how order emerges from anarchy, then Hedley Bull provides the clearest and most elegant explanation. But if your goal is to understand great power competition or regional conflict patterns, maybe transnational actors or globalization, and the evolving architectural global order, then Barry Buzan gives you a far more comprehensive model. Hedley Bull lays the foundation, then Barry Buzan builds the structure. And in a world shaped by multipolarity, regional dynamics, and global interdependence, Barry Buzan's framework ultimately offers the broader explanatory power. So, who better explains the international system? Both do, but they explain different parts of the system. Hedley Bull shows us why order exists. Barry Buzan shows us how that order changes. And together, they form one of the most powerful theoretical combinations in international relations. Which theory do you think better explains the world today, Bull or Buzan? Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.